Some men spend their whole lives looking for a reason to matter. Marcus found his on a Tuesday night at a rest stop he'd passed 100 times before. The boy was sitting on the curb under the fluorescent lights, knees pulled up to his chest. Maybe 8 years old. Too still. Too quiet. Marcus had been riding solo for 3 hours, heading nowhere in particular, the way he did when the house felt too empty. He could have kept going. Most people would have. But something in the way the child sat there, like he was trying to disappear, made Marcus pull his bike into the lot and cut the engine. Before we go further, I'd like to ask you something. If stories like this one mean something to you, would you take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe? Share this with someone who believes in quiet kindness. This is Untold Stories 0.4, and every story here is about the strength it takes to stay when it's easier to leave. Marcus removed his helmet slowly. Didn't want to startle the boy. He walked over, boots crunching on gravel, and sat down on the curb a few feet away. Not too close. Just close enough. Waiting for someone? Marcus asked, his voice low and calm. The boy didn't look up. My mom. She went inside. Said she'd be right back. Marcus glanced at the gas station. Lights were on, but the place looked empty except for a clerk behind the counter. He checked his watch. How long ago? The boy shrugged. His jacket was too thin for the October air. Marcus didn't press. He just sat there. A minute passed. Then 2. Finally, the boy spoke again, quieter this time. She does this sometimes. Forgets. Marcus felt something tighten in his chest. He'd seen this before. Not exactly this, but close enough. A child left waiting. A child learning not to expect much. Tell you what, Marcus said. I'm gonna sit here with you till she comes back. That okay? The boy looked at him for the first time. Eyes too old for his age. You don't have to. I know, Marcus said. But I'm not in a hurry. They sat together in the cool night air. Marcus didn't ask questions. Didn't make promises he couldn't keep. He just stayed. 20 minutes later, a woman came stumbling out of the gas station, eyes glassy, words slurred. She barely looked at the boy. Come on. Let's go. The boy stood slowly. Marcus stood too. Ma'am, Marcus said, steady and respectful. I think your son's been out here a while. Maybe I could follow you home. Just to make sure you both get there safe. She waved him off, irritated. But Marcus didn't move. He looked at the boy, then back at her. Please, he said quietly. Just let me make sure. Something in his tone, calm but unmovable, made her pause. She nodded, reluctant. Marcus followed them for 6 miles. Watched the boy go inside. Watched the lights come on. Then he sat there for 10 more minutes, engine idling, just in case. He didn't ride away when the child needed help. And that night, in a world that often looks the other way, one boy learned that sometimes a stranger stays. Marcus rode home slowly, the road stretching out ahead of him. He didn't feel like a hero. He just felt like a man who'd done what needed doing. And maybe that was enough.